Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Um, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but I'm just trying to, face it, each and every one of us know that we're in a pandemic. Each and every one of us knows that we are close to a civil war. I mean, it appears to be so. There's so much hatred and division and just so much anger and hatred, and a lot of things are happening. And this pastor had a lady send him a prophetic dream that she had. And also, in the Bible does say that that people will dream dreams and visions, and in the last days. And I just want to read this vision to you, this dream that this lady had, and you can take it for what it's worth. I think it's worth listening to. We are out of time. Prepare for impact. God told her, prepare for impact. She saw the map of the United States covered in a wave of darkness sweeping the nation from right to left. Her name was Monique Bizet, and she sent him a dream in May. So many prophetic voices have been given the word prepare in recent months, and I believe that time to prepare as we normally would is rapidly running out. All of our lives are about to change in a major way, and I think that this dream is quite timely. Now, this was in May 17th. She said the Lord had been giving her some prophetic dreams lately, showing her that we're out of time. My dreams show that very strong things are coming to the nation of America, and the Lord is warning us to be ready and prepare for impact. Here's what the vision was. Here's what she believed the Lord showed her. The dream began with a man that I knew represented the devil. The man was visiting from house to house and had a big, cunning smile on his face as he left each home and looked back with an evil grin. There was something very secretive and covert that this evil man was doing. It was some sort of a cover-up that affected the homes and families. Also, a woman was talking to the man, very secretive, involved in some way. I felt upset at the evil man, and I tried to find out what the man was doing, but she wouldn't tell me. At that same time in the scene, this woman comes up to me, and she starts to talk to me. She takes me through a dark woods path toward the back of each home. I see that the outside is very dark, and as we stand outside a home, I hear an old man with long white hair inside talking and saying something. As we walk towards each home, I see golden grandfather clocks outside of each house. The grandfather clocks got my attention, and as she's talking to me, I'm really focusing in on these grandfather clocks. As I'm looking at the bob and the pendulum of the grandfather clocks, this lady starts to say, God looks at the clock. God knows what time each one has. God knows what each one says. And God knows the time, only God knows the time. Usually in dream symbolism, grandfather clocks represent unbelievers and people that are lost. But I believe there's a deeper meaning here, like a play on words, because God is focusing my eyes like cameras so much on the clocks, signifying that we are out of time and what that lady said. I did some research on grandfather clocks, and one of the keys of the clocks is the timing of a grandfather clock is very precise. I remember seeing the gears of the clock itself, and then when it hits the hour, the alarm goes off with exactitude. I believe the Lord is warning us and showing us that the alarm is going off right now for us to wake up and be ready. I believe that rude awakenings are coming, that judgments from God are at the door, and that the enemy is covertly planning major events to unleash on this nation that will affect every home and our lives drastically. It's a time for us to intercede for this nation in prayer and arise as the warriors of Christ in this battle. There is a time keeping peace on the clock called the pendulum, and this is where my eyes were fixated on. There are gears on the clock, gear train called the movement. I thought that was interesting as we're seeing movements taking place in our nation, spiraling cities into chaos. Another important prophetic symbolism is the swinging of the pendulum is called momentum, and gravity is what keeps it going from one side to the other. All these terms seemed very prophetic to what's taking place even now in the nation. It could signify how the nation has been divided and it's picking up momentum and getting more and more polarized, leading us to an upcoming civil war. The clocks are outside of the homes, not inside. We are out of time, and the Lord is warning us. Then I'm taken in the spirit above the United States, and I see the nation like a map. I see the borders of each state very clearly defined. The borders were very important. I had this knowing something is coming having to do with the borders of the states. In the dream, I felt terrible urgency. Then I see a massive wave of darkness and storms running very hard, sweeping the nation from state to state, right to left. Right and left? Does that mean anything to you guys? And I had the knowing that the direction of the wave of storms, right to left, was very important. In the dream, I was crying to the Lord and I was saying, "Oh Lord, no, no." There was just an impending urgency in this dream that I felt that I had to cry out to the Lord and to intercede so hard, for it was here. The wave of darkness and storms engulfed each state very rapidly as it accelerated. The borders signify something very important. I believe these storms are not natural disasters, although they could be, but rather what's taking place in the spiritual realm and soon to manifest in the natural even stronger. My feelings of urgency, the grandfather clocks, and being shown the nation from above, the storms engulfing the nation suddenly right to left, myself crying out to God in such urgency, all suggest that the Lord is warning us that we are out of time, and the Lord is showing us the spiritual darkness, the increase in violence, and the chaos that will manifest and sweep the nation in accelerated form, leading into civil war very soon. The other thing that really struck me was the way that the deep, dark, turbulent waters were sweeping each state and the movement of the storm, and also the speed that things accelerated. And suddenly, the whole nation was covered up in dark water and like flooded in this darkness until I woke up. You guys, I just read another prophecy that someone else had, and they saw everything start to go under dark water as well. The Lord impressed in my heart the words, "Prepare for impact." Please take this dream to the Lord for understanding and confirmation. So if you're a Christian, pray to God about this. Ask Him, is this true? What do I need to do? What should I pray for? We have to repent as a nation and cry out to the Lord to turn us back to Him. Prepare and get ready for impact. We need to pray for the Lord to touch the hearts of men, to turn back to Him and to have mercy during His judgments. We are in perilous times. And now he follows up with some scriptures, and these are from 2 Timothy. "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away, for of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with different lust." Divers lust means different lust. "Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of truth. Now as the truth. Now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as theirs also was." You guys, even like I said earlier, even if you don't serve the Lord, you can feel increasing permeation of evil into the world. Things don't feel the same, and there is an impending doom. And I think, and this is just my opinion, I think with the coming election, it's going to get very ugly, and this is where a civil war could potentially take place. Now we need to pray and we need to intercede, and maybe yet God will have mercy, but I think, He's had mercy. If you read these scriptures again, it sounds like we as a people right now, we're very selfie, lovers of our own selves. Look at all the selfies and self. It's me, me, me. But in reality, it's not about us. It's about God. It is not about us. We need to pray for each other and pray for our enemies and repent. God is serious. He's not playing. Anyway, guys, like I said, this was somebody's dream. I woke up maybe a month ago or so in the middle of the night with a dream that I won't go into because it was kind of personal, but it was something about the world, and it was something about civil war. But there was another country involved in this, and I just remember waking up with that urgency that I need to pray. I need to intercede. I need to pray harder than I've ever prayed before, not just your before you meal and before you go to bed. I'm talking intercede. And I did pretty good for a few days, and then I got lazy because the enemy does affect our minds and distract us. So I'm trying not to be distracted, but have a great night, guys. And may God watch between you and me while we're apart one from another. And please say your prayers and pray to God about this. Have a great night.